want you to sort of pause what you're writing. If you are not done with your form, you can actually leave your form open and add notes as we have this discussion. So if you're not done answering the questions, you can sort of go ahead and add responses. If you are done, click that box that says send me a copy of my responses so that you can use your responses during the discussion. Okay, guys, I'm going to sort of pump up this discussion a little bit more than our usual short discussions because a lot happened in last night's reading. It's like a super, super juicy, interesting part. So I want to kind of pull that apart as a group. Obviously make sure, use your sentence starters like I agree, I disagree because, I respectfully agree because, all of those things that we use during Socratic seminars, like asking people for evidence, adding on if someone gives their opinion and you have evidence, say I have evidence to support Ariana's claim, etc., etc. Make sure you're following along. If you need someone to clarify what they're saying or sort of explain their comment, ask them for that clarification so that you understand what people are saying. All right, so first question we're going to start with. Everyone open your book to Act 3, Scene 1, page 120, where we started off last night. Go ahead, you can give me a summary of this scene, but I want to hear why do you think this scene is even included. There's not a ton that goes on, but what happens and why do you think it's included? Esteban, start us off. Make sure you're speaking with voice.
Angry. He's not in the mood for anything.
Hold on, Carson, can you hear him?
Yeah,
Okay,
but it's
speak
sort
a
of
little bit louder.
kind of mumbling.
Okay, he's not in the mood for entertainment. Why is that important, or why do we care?
Because then it shows his mood throughout the rest of the act, why he's in that mood.
Okay, good. Can someone else add a little bit more summary of the clown, the musicians, what goes on with them?
Oh.
Adrian?
Didn't Cassio take players to Othello to try to what's the word I'm looking for?
Cheer.
Yeah, to cheer him up. And after that he starts asking Iago to get rid of Othello so he could talk to Desdemona.
Okay, very good. So why did Shakespeare include this? Why did he have this scene with the musicians and the clown who's Othello's servant? Yes, Ron.
It represents how serious this scene is. It'll show later on how serious the conflict is at the moment.
Okay, for Othello?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Esteban said how serious the conflict is at the moment. Let's move on after Act 3, Scene 1. So Cassio, obviously we see going to Desdemona for help. Why do we think Desdemona is so helpful towards Cassio? Carson, start us off.
Because he just got, kicked out. Because she feels bad for him, sort of. Because he just got kicked out of the regiment.
Okay, do you feel like she was, overly nice?
Yeah, she's kind of acting like she really cares about him a lot. And then she really wants to help him and stuff like that.
Okay, something to add. Does anyone have proof? Alexa.
Ooh.
So it says this was after Othello had saw me. Desdemona was talking to him. She said, "Why you Lieutenant Cassio of my lord? If I have any, this is on 132. If I have any grace."
Okay, hold on. 132. Everybody open to 132. Ricardo, open to 132. Go ahead, Alexa.
Why you Lieutenant Cassio of my lord? If I have any grace or power to move you, his presence, how do you say that?
Reconciliation. That's sort of making amends, making the situation better.
For if he be not one that truly loves you, that is ignorant and not cunning, I have no judgment in the honest face, I pardon you, call him that.
Okay, so, basically Desdemona's I'm going to make this right, I'm going to help you, I'm going to do better. What else does she say, Judea, that's a little over the top? Or not?
On 130,
Okay, turn back to 130.
she says, "For thy sake,
Which line are you on? Oh, good. Good. So So at the top of 130, Ruben, everyone make sure that you're at the top of 130. Okay, so Desdemona is talking to Cassio, and listen to what she says. She says, you can even turn back to 128 since it starts there. Do not doubt that. Before Amelia here, I give thee a warrant of thy place. Assure thee, if I do vow a friendship, I'll perform it to the last article. Like, I promise you that I will, like, go to the very end to help you get your position back. My lord shall never rest. I'll watch him tame and talk him out of patience. He's saying, like, I'm never going to let Othello sleep. I'm going to keep talking to him about you until he gives you your job back. Now we're at the top of 130. His bed shall seem a school, his board a shrift. I'll intermingle everything he does with Cassio's soup. She's like, I'm even going to talk to Othello about you while we're in bed. Right? Like, therefore be merry, Cassio, for thy so the solicitor shall rather die than give thy cause away. Like, I would rather die than give up on you.
That's going to, that's going. He's not asking for all of it, he's asking for
So why is she going over the top? And if you were Othello, what would you think if you and your wife were like laying in bed? I know you don't have this yet, but if you and your wife were laying in bed and she keeps bringing up like, oh, actually, I'm really glad you had a great day, but let's actually talk about Cassio. Well, you should give him his job back. And Othello, like, what would you think if you were Othello? Matt, what would you think?
I would think like,
With voice.
I would think like, you're like getting on his side more, like, you're like cheating on me, or like you're talking to him more.
Okay, anyone else? Leslie, what do you think?
I think that
With voice.
I think that he would like get jealous and he'll like, why are you talking about him when we're in bed? And then I think he would be like, okay, I'll give him his job back because you keep on talking about him. You should stop.
Okay. Does anyone think that this is just Desdemona's personality?
My hands
Like
are
this
cold.
is normal
I
for
can
her
feel
to
it in
be
my
so nice?
stomach.
Ricardo?
Yeah,
Why?
cause remember how her dad was telling us that she's like a soft and she's like all that type of stuff we do.
Okay, Esteban?
I think that's a good agreement because Othello and Cassio used to be loyal friends, so then, like two paragraphs, before that, she said that, she was talking about how, like, he's her husband's friend, and that he's loyal and that they shouldn't, like, depart everything from every
Okay, I love what Esteban just said, and he also said that at one point she said, like, I'm doing this to help you, Othello. Right? Like, this used to be your good friend, he's so good at his job, I'm doing this because I want to help my husband. That's the Sarah Cassio. Yeah, that's it.
I agree with Esteban because it said like I don't know the part, but it was like she used to Desmond used to talk to Cassio about Othello and he would only say good things about Othello before they got engaged or whatever.
Really good. So next question, guys, bring it back. Especially if you haven't participated, think of this next question. Do you think that Othello is already getting suspicious of Cassio? Joseph, start us off.
I'd say that he does get suspicious of Cassio, and I have evidence for that.
Okay, tell us the page.
130.
All right, open to 130. Joseph is saying that he does think that Othello is suspicious. Go ahead.
Slowly getting suspicious.
Alright, I'll give you
I don't think that's the
Ooh,
word.
Luis Suarez. Cannibal.
He's slowly get suspicious. It says, like, not that. What else thou say? Nothing, my lord, or if I know not what was not that Cassio parted from my wife. Cassio, my lord, no, sure,
Another one?
not think that. Think it that you will still away so guilty, like seeing me coming. I just believe so deep.
Okay, so first Iago sees Cassio leaving, and he says, "Ha, I like not that. Like, I don't like that." And Othello says, like, "Wait, what did you say?" And he says, "Oh, nothing. Like, never mind." And Othello's like, "Wait, was that Cassio just leaving Desdemona? Was that not Cassio parted from my wife?" And Iago goes, "Cassio, my lord? No, sure, I cannot think that he would steal away so guilty like seeing you coming." So it seems like he's defending Cassio, but he's actually suggesting that Cassio looks guilty. He's saying like, oh, no, Cassio would never leave looking so guilty from Desdemona. And then Othello says, no, like it was Cassio. So they see him guilty. There's a lot of other proof suggesting that Othello, Andrew, be with us. If you're not taking notes on your computer anymore, put your Chrome at 45. Get with us, because I don't need to be distracted. Where we see Othello getting suspicious of Cassio. Is there any other proof where we see Othello getting suspicious of Cassio? Go ahead, Carson.
Wait, did you guys say on?
You're next.
Wait, did you say something already?
We read the little piece on 130, but is there any other proof that Othello is actually getting, that he might be getting suspicious?
On 136.
Okay, everyone turn to 136.
When Iago asked him about if he saw Cassio hanging out with Desdemona, and then he starts to, and then he says to Iago that he didn't, and Iago's trying to egg him on to get or make him like suspicious about Cassio, and he keeps like. Yeah.
And how does Othello respond to Iago doing that?
What did he say? Oh, he's asking him, why are you asking me this and stuff? Why? Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I want to read the scene really quickly on 136. Raise your hand if you want to be Othello.
Me.
Ricardo, raise your hand if you want to be Iago.
Can be Othello and Ricardo be Iago?
Okay, Dante be Othello, Ricardo be Iago. Dante, start us off 136, excellent rec. So first, he's Carson Chrome at 45 if you're done with your form. Dante, start us off line 90.
Actually, rich, person to catch my soul. But I do love thee, and when I love thee, not chaos and probably.
Wait on the Lord.
What does thou say, Yahweh?
Cassio, when you lose my lady, you know, get love.
He did, from earth, his life. Why do it?
For satisfaction on my thought, no further harm.
Why of thou thought, Yahweh?
I did not think it had been acquainted with her.
Oh, yes, and went between us very odd.
Indeed.
Indeed, this certain thou art in that.
Honest, my Lord.
Okay, so hold on. So Iago says, hey, did Cassio know, everyone track up here, Carson Chrome 45. Good day, a little bit long. Iago says, hey, did Cassio know when you and Desdemona were like courting each other? And Othello says like, yeah, she was actually like, with us often, like why do you ask? And Iago says, oh, no reason, I was just curious. And Othello says like, no, like why did you ask that? And Iago says like, no reason at all, like I was just curious. And Othello goes like, no, I can see that you're thinking something, why did you ask that? And like Iago still denies. When Iago continues to do this, what is it making Othello feel? Like how is this affecting Othello?
Keeping something suspicious.
Okay, he's,
Make
what? Yeah, it's like tearing him apart. It's like when someone says to you, it's like someone playing hard to get. If they're like, oh, hey, like, did you hear about such and such? And someone's like, yeah, wait, no, what are you talking about? And you're like, oh, never mind, it's not a big deal. And then they're like, wait, no, now you have to tell me. And you're like, no, seriously, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. And they're like, wait, just tell me then. Yeah, and then you keep doing it. So this is what Iago's doing. He's making Othello more and more suspicious. Yes, okay, wait, let's...
How does Iago and way of himself?
Yeah, go ahead, take us off, Dante. Hold on, you
So,
guys, really quick, I want us at this point, like, even if I will give you a couple of minutes after the discussion, I'm just worried that not everyone is tracking. So go ahead and put your Chrome at 45, unless you are, like, with fidelity using it to take notes, but I want you to track each other speaking. Okay, so
Can I
everyone
finish
track
the do
Dante.
now?
Dante started us off with this